Thanks very much for joining us. The state budget that's in the works right now up on Beacon Hill may seem like a dry topic, but if you pay taxes, have kids in school, rely on police, fire, and other local services, it's really one of the biggest stories of the year. And here to talk about what's going on with the budget and other matters is the president of the state Senate, Senator Karen Spilka, Democrat from Ashland. Senator,
thank you for having me.
good to see you always.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for coming by. So cities and towns rely heavily on state aid to get by. Beacon Hill sends them a lot of money each year, has been for many years.
Yes.
The current Senate proposal is for $1.4 billion. But that's still hundreds of millions of dollars less than the Mass Municipal Association, which represents the cities and towns, claims these communities need to deal with soaring costs and revenue shortfalls. Why is there such a big gap between what they say they need and what you, the House, and the governor are willing to give them?
Well, like any other issue, we only have one pot of money, the state revenue, to spend on the budget, and we can't clearly print money. The state doesn't have the right like the federal government does. So we meet with people, we hear what's going on over time. We started looking at a budget as soon as the old one is done, and we start again on the next year. And we have to balance out all the needs. We recognize, though, the Senate recognizes that the Commonwealth can't succeed if our cities and towns don't succeed, and they provide so many local services and to so many different types of people that we need to support them as much as possible. So we have increased local aid, historic increase of $53 million over this current year. We don't give them what they are originally asking for, but we give them a lot, and the Municipal Association is okay. They certainly would like more, but so would every other area. Our seniors, our veterans, our disabled. There are so many needs. We have to balance out our budget.
Well, historically, there's been some tension between Beacon Hill and local officials over various issues. Is there a sense among your rank and file in the Senate that the quality of planning and fiscal management at the local level has been wanting?
I'm not aware of that, and I know that our local officials work really, really hard, and we want to support them as best as we can, whether it be, as you mentioned, for police, for fire, for schools, for their DPW. People rely on these services every day, basic services, roads, bridges, and we want to support them as best as possible. They get other assistance as well. In addition, we give them school funding under Chapter 70 and special education and library aid and aid for their seniors. So that's not the only funding that they get through this budget.
Well, one other thing on this, then we'll take a break and move on to other topics. A portion of that local aid is unrestricted. That's very important to the cities and towns. The Senate is pursuing a change in the formula that critics say would penalize poorer communities and favor wealthier suburbs with more resources. Under the plan, Newton's unrestricted aid would increase almost 10%, Wellesley up 15%. Cities like New Bedford, Lowell, Lynn would get increases of only 2 to 3%. How's that fair?
Well, actually, there is no, the unrestricted local aid, there is no transparent formula right now. There used to be a way of distributing the money, and then when it wasn't sufficient, back I think in 2008, they took lottery money to put on top of that original money, but there was never a real formula, so it wasn't transparent. So what we do is the money that is already allocated for this year, not the new $53 million, is distributed under the old formula. The new $53 million is distributed per capita, so those communities that have a higher per capita will get more money. So under this proposal, every single community gets more than before.
But I got to take this break. So you reject that criticism that it's regressive, that it's not fair to the poorer communities?
Yeah, I mean, all those communities will see increases under this formula.
Okay. And Madam President, the Supreme Judicial Court has multiple challenges to ballot questions before them. The rent control question is a big controversy. They've been asked to rule on that, changes to the way we vote, and of course, the audit. I feel like every time I see you, we're talking about the ballot question that passed 2 years ago, giving the state auditor the right to audit the legislature. As the SJC prepares to rule on this, what factors do you hope they weigh? I mean, you're an attorney. Mm-hmm. Is the biggest one the constitutional question of separation of powers, or is there more than that?
Well, right now, that is not before the SJC, the Supreme Judicial Court. It was we were not parties to the suit that was filed with the Supreme Judicial Court. It was the auditor and the Attorney General for the right to have her own attorney.
But they're heading toward taking up the question.
But I was very grateful for this suit that the Supreme Judicial Court finally got the auditor to specify the specific documents that she is requesting, and they asked several times, is this what you're limiting yourself to? Is this what you want? And her attorney, the auditor's attorney, said yes. So it was limited. The court's order was limited to 4 specific items. Previously, the auditor was unable or unwilling to specify specifically what she wanted. So I was very grateful that for the first time she had to say what she wanted.
So are you okay with it now?
Well, we just got the decision and the Attorney General's letter. We are looking at it and we will deal with it. But her unwillingness to answer the legislature or the AG begs the question, what was she hiding? What is she hiding?
Well, I got to press you on this, though. I mean, you've been following this issue closely for some time. Now that you've seen what she wants, does it seem acceptable? Well,
again, these are 4 items. She still has outstanding letters to us asking for so much more. So the court, that's why I was happy that the court specified these 4 items, and we are looking at those 4 items, and we will respond soon.
So do you lack confidence that she would limit the scope of her audit to those items and instead go on some huge fishing expedition?
I am concerned, but again, the court mentioned just these and got her to specify, yes, these are the 4 items, so that is what we are looking at.
One last thing I do want to fit in here. As we're taping here on Thursday morning, they're going to arraign the Memorial Drive shooter. I think everybody saw that horrific incident unfolding. The individual in question was sentenced for a shooting spree that injured a Boston police officer and got half the sentence that the DA, Rachel Rollins, at the time wanted, then was released got early release from the Mass Parole Board. Do you see problems there beyond this case with the judiciary and the parole board, either or?
Yeah, well, clearly, I first want to say what a tragedy that is. My heart goes out to the families of the 2 people that were shot and the prior case for the officer, but I want to thank the Marine and the police officer that responded, had presence of mind to respond so quickly, and the rest of the local police, they're heroes. It's wonderful, and we know that. But it is certainly any event like this raises and highlights how we always need to keep looking at our laws, and whether it be parole or sentencing or whatever. And I know there will be some reviews and looking at it, whether it be through the DA, we will be in contact. But I do want to mention that we have among the strongest gun laws in the nation. Clearly, he did not have a gun legally. I don't know how he got it, but it wasn't through the legal process. And it's really important that we keep these strong laws here in Massachusetts.
I'm out of time, but I just want to follow up. Does it make you want to maybe take a closer look at the parole board? There are some voices calling for accountability for the parole board for having let this guy out.
Yeah, I don't know what the process was or how that went about, so I'm sure that
But you don't have pre-existing concerns about the way the parole board does its business?
Not previously.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to having you again soon.
Thank you. I look forward to it too. Take care.
Senate President Karen Spilka.